Welcome back to another video. I want to discuss something that I'm coming to realize over the last few years, but especially now when a big decision has to be made for my family in regards to where we're going to live. Um, First of all, I will say it does look like 75 miles out is going to be the minimum. It's actually very good chance that by tomorrow night we will have signed a lease for 12 months for a 4-bedroom house. Really nice, brand new everything, remodeled in a super nice town in the state over from us. It's not even going to be in the same state. It's looking pretty strong. But there's a slight chance we may stay in the state and live 80 miles away, which is still really far. It is still a much more conservative area. You can wear a Trump hat without having to fear for your life, that kind of place. I'll tell you, I definitely am coming to find that there are ups and downs of having a dual income household. We know the traditional Christian model and the traditional family model in America and in the West for centuries was God, man, woman, child, in that order. God is the foundation. Man provides the resources and provides God to the family. Woman takes the resources, turns it into a beautiful home, and provides for the children. That is the order. Now, we are living in the pre-collapsed post-Western world where feminism has run rampant. And having been super Christian red-pilled only in the last couple of years when I already had a kid on the way, I was not about to abandon my woman, though I'm starting to see things a lot differently. Love my girl, don't want to change anything. But there are advantages, awesome ups, and some downs to having a dual income household where we both make more or less the same amount of money. One of those advantages being we have money. We could buy a nice house. I am not pulling at my shirt or biting my nails or sweating bullets every month when the bills come. We are well off in that sense. We are not super rich by any means. We are middle class. We are not high class. We are middle class, but we are not sweating when the bills come every month. That's a huge advantage. My girlfriend is never asking me for my wallet. She's never asking me for my credit card. Oftentimes she buys things that we use, and sometimes I buy things that we use. But I'm not paying for all of her things. She's not paying for all of my things. And in that sense, it's kind of nice, guys. Not going to lie. Though it's not the Christian way, though it is not the traditional way, I only came to find out why the dual income household can sometimes be tough. And I'm about to tell you. The main reason that I find it tough is that decisions and childcare and labor are 50-50. When we have to decide on a new place to live, we have to have a 50-50 consensus. When we're talking about division of labor in the house, it's 50-50. I do my chores, guys. I don't come home and expect the kitchen to be clean. I don't expect my laundry to be done. That's how it would have been in the old world. That's how it was in my dad's household and in his dad's household, and so on and so forth in the past. I don't expect any of that. I do my dishes, I do my laundry, I clean the kitchen sometimes. I watch my kid for half the day since we don't have childcare. The other half of the day is her turn. She does her chores and she works and we work. We split it up because there's no childcare right now. Everything's a 50-50. Now that's definitely what the feminists would like. I'm kind of bummed though, because oftentimes I just tell her, I'm like, why don't we just move to Montana and live off my salary? We could have more kids and we could live off just my salary and you can be a household person. But she doesn't want to do that. Being the homemaker is not ideal to her, and being dependent on a man is not ideal to her. I would never leave my girl. I have kids. I have a kid with her and one and hopefully more on the way. I would never leave her because of our differences. I think being with her and being a single family, no matter our differences, is way more important to the upbringing of my kid than being in a divided household, where your kid is with one parent and then the other. I think that's the worst thing ever. I would never leave her. I love her. And, yeah, even though there are differences, and I would much rather live a traditional family. Um, that being said, my friend, though not Christian, has a traditional family. And, you would think his woman loves that. And there are definitely women out there that do, guys. But you're not going to find them in the liberal areas where me and my friend met our women. You're not going to find them in the blue areas in the cities. You're going to find them out in the country, just outside the cities. You go 1 mile in any direction away from the major city, and that's where the women who like being moms, like being homemakers, and like being provided for by a man are. They do exist. They're just not in the major cities. My friend's wife is in this position more by necessity, not by choice, and she's not happy. She's always complaining to him about being home all the time, not having any friends, and not being able to work. I hope one day she comes around to seeing that she has it great, and that my woman complains too. It's super hard to be a mom. Your kid, your baby does not see it 50-50, just so you know. Feminism may have corrupted the West into dual income 50-50 households, but your babies do not understand that, and they naturally, biologically, will always want to be with the mother more so than the dad. My kid loves me. My friend's kid loves him. Playing with daddy is super fun for the kid. You can just see how happy they are when daddy comes around. And there are times when I have to go work and close the door and not let my kid in. And my kid's crying. He's so sad that daddy's leaving. But guys, he has to be with his mommy. Mommy is so much more of a support structure for him. Naturally, he's a baby. He's a toddler. That's what kids gravitate towards when they're this young, is their mothers. Ancient cultures knew this, so even little boys would stay with their mothers until they were 6 or 7. Then they would go with their fathers, and their fathers would toughen them out by putting them through trials and tribulations. But not until they were 7. Every ancient culture understood that babies and toddlers and young children gravitate towards the mother. Feminism cannot overrule biology. So the point of that is me telling you how hard it is for my woman, because she's trying to do everything like I am, a division of labor, chores, but she also has to be default childcare. It's just how it is. My kid knows that he's with me in the morning, and yet he'll still try to open the door to where my girlfriend is working in the morning because he wants to be with mommy. You can't convince them. You can't tell a baby it's a feminist world and he can't see his mom. They just don't understand that. And so to my friend's wife, I hope one day you appreciate the fact that you got to raise your children by yourself, that your children properly bonded with you, and that now that they're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you can go off and have a career. You're not going to rear any more children. They're in school all the time, unless you're going to homeschool, but you're probably not. So go off and be in that office position that you want to work now. But be glad that you were able to be a mom and a homemaker. It's a wonderful thing. That's the ups and downs of a 50-50 household, guys. There are financial benefits for sure, but the family suffers. The decisions suffer. My buddy was able to, basically on a whim, move his family to the area he wanted to be in because he makes the decisions, because he is the leader of that household. Whether his wife complains or not, she went along with it. That's the way it's supposed to be. When you've got you and your woman who make the same amount of money, yes, the man typically is still gonna weigh heavier on decision-making process, but the woman does get a say, and it makes things slower. Just the same way democracy doesn't get things done as fast as an authoritarian society does. Like when China wants to build 100 hospitals or jails for their virus, they can do it on the drop of a hat. When America wants to do something like that, not so easy. Has to be run by and approved by a number of people. Same thing in the House. I hope that's informative. Just be aware, guys, when you're going for that family life, which most of you are going to, despite some of you guys being how I was when I was younger and wanting to spin plates, you're all mostly going to want to have children, especially if you're Christian. And just be aware of the type of family you're signing up for now. Uh, be aware of it. I wasn't aware of it, and it was too late to do anything about it. And I'll never, ever leave my woman. I love her, and I wouldn't have changed anything. But there are times when I say to myself, damn it, I wish we lived in Montana or Idaho and, you know, $100,000 for a nice home with multiple rooms on a ton of land, and my salary would totally cover all the costs, and we could have 5 children instead of 2, and I could make more of the decisions and be more of my masculine role that I want to be in, than the current situation. And then other times I'm like, we got good money, you know, we're doing good. That's all good. So just be aware of that, guys. I hope that's informative. And right now I'm literally on my way by myself to go check out a house about 75 miles past where we live up north. I'll let you know how it goes. Take care.